I'm Chaz Hogan, Australian journalist here at the Allianz Arena in Munich, as the Wolves are warming up for the feeding frenzy that will be the visit of Queen of the South. Now, after a 1-1 draw in the first leg of this Champions League tie up there in Scotland, the Wolves are pretty aggro and they are looking for a feed. Hi guys, I'm Aussie Villain and welcome back to Queen of the South. It is Season 8, Episode 11 today, and it's big. It is very, very big because we have St Johnstone in the Scottish Cup quarter-final as a warm-up for Bayern Munich, the second leg of our first knockout round of the Champions League. We tied 1-1 when we played them up in Scotland, and, well, could we spring a huge upset? We will find out momentarily. Now, the news since last episode, there's not too much of it, but we had promised a few players playing time. So Ibarra is no longer concerned with his playing time, and neither is Ianu. So that is excellent. And if we go and just check in on the promises, we can see here that that Andrew Walker is also, he's 9 days left of his promise, but he's also pleased with his playing time. So that's all going to be completely resolved. Not quite by the end of this episode, but certainly by the start of next one. So there's not too much to catch you up on, as I say. We'll have a quick refresher. We are in a little bit of trouble in the league, mostly owing to that shock defeat to Ross County last episode, 3-1. Still don't really understand where that came from. But yeah, the big ones here, of course, today are the Scottish Cup quarter-final. If we can win, we'll be into the semis, obviously, off to Hampden. And, well, we'd love to get St Mirren or Arbroath, wouldn't we? But, of course, the Champions League is the big one for us. And it's going to be tough. We may well get an absolute shellacking. But it's, well, we've got hope, and it is the hope that kills you, but at least we have some hope. But let's go and have a look into what we're doing against St Johnstone first up. We're expecting a 4-2-3-1 formation from them, and this is the team that we are sending out. It is Bursik in goal. Now, I will caution, this is the Saturday. We have Bayern Munich on the Tuesday, I think it is, maybe the Wednesday. Either way, we are favouring that game in team selection. So Bursik in goal, Witham, Walker, Ianu and Gilchrist as the back four. Rezaev and Bruno in midfield. It's Johnston, it's Ibarra and Gary Turpie with Angus going up top. A bench of Trafford, Nicholson, Van der Molen, Davenport, Bermudez, Allmark and Clockerty. Alright, so we can see the team sheets here. Now, we have played St Johnstone quite a bit recently, it seems like. So we are getting familiar with their lineup. With the favourites player, I don't want to put pressure on them here. It is effectively a second 11, so let's just go with the usual. All right, and I did make the decision to completely drop Conan Ong from this one. The reason for that is I'm just trying to shock him back into action, basically. He's been very, very poor of late. Now, one thing I do need to say is that we are beginning to get our nominations together for Viewers Player of the Year. So let me know who you think has been our best player or your favourite player this season, and we will get some nominations together. I think, well, a couple of episodes ago it would have been Conan Ong as an absolute no-brainer. But like I say, just recently, he's maybe blotted that copybook of his a little bit. Not too much happening. We have had more of the ball. Now, there's supposedly a gegenpressing side, so we are looking to exploit the flanks, which usually helps with that. But let's change things up there a little bit. Jonathan Angus has not always been the most reliable striker. Let's try him as a deep liar, perhaps, and see if we can get him involved a little bit more that way. One thing we could do, and we might look to do it in the second half, is move, where is he? Johnson up top and move Angus back as an inside forward over there on the right-hand side. We're going to have to do something, though, aren't we? Because that first half, absolute snooze fest. I mean, you can make the argument we shaded it, but not really. We'll go with what Wheat says there. We'll pump fists. We'll go out there and do it. But we will make that little tactical tweak of Johnson up top. You go as an advanced forward, and we'll get you in there as an inside forward for me. And hopefully that little change will see us through. If it doesn't, we will have to look to obviously to change things again. One thing we could do is go with the two up top, take off Turpie, bring on another midfielder. and hope that that works out for us. And I think we're getting to the point of this game with still nothing happening, that maybe that's what we need to do. Let's try berating, try and wake them up. That hasn't worked either. All right, so 64 minutes gone. We're yet to see a highlight. So Turpey will come off. We'll switch you two around. That's all good. We will bring on Davenport for Turpey. Everybody else can stay where they are. We'll get back out there. And yeah, I mean, what do you say to this? We've had 7 shots. We'll try and encourage them here when we can. I mean, it's looked like a 0-0 from kickoff, hasn't it? The bar is getting tired. He is actually one that is playing not too badly. I'm going to say maybe we ignore this gegenpressing thing and we'll go back to exploiting the middle and playing how we would more usually do it. Encourage. Anything, guys. Here we go. We've got a highlight. 88th minute, and we get our first highlight of the game. Bruno gets it back there for Walker. He comes forward. Ball forward there for Johnson. Oh, I thought there was maybe a ball on for Angus. There is now. Johnny Angus, he's in. Johnny Angus has scored. He's onside. And in the 89th minute, we have gone and nicked it. It's harsh. It's harsh on St Johnstone. We are a very good team in Scotland, and they've held us for 89 minutes. It's a heartbreaker. I thought maybe Johnson could have turned and done it there, but he went back to Davenport. Davenport with the ball. Angus with a decent finish for someone who had done absolutely nothing all game. We'll check the offside. I did briefly. Oh, it's close. My eyes did drift over to the linesman, but his flag stayed down by his side. And we should probably close the game down, really, shouldn't we? That seems like a sensible thing to do. We'll just go defensive. And, well, unconvincing is a word that comes to mind. Second half, we were better. But we certainly didn't create too much. But we will say we need to step things up against better opposition. And you do suspect that Bayern Munich will be better opposition. Now, Arbroath have beaten St Mirren. What division are Arbroath in? They are in, it's going to be here somewhere, and I'm just blind and can't see it, the Championship. So they're not as bad as maybe I always think they are. They always got promoted this year in real life, didn't they? So they're obviously a decent side. Anyway, job done, kind of. Wait right there. We'll be back to take on Bayern Munich. Okay, welcome back. Now, a little bit of good news, hopefully anyways, that we have drawn Arbroath in the semi-final of the Scottish Cup. The other semi-final will be Rangers versus Aberdeen, who beat Celtic. So we are on track, you would suggest, for a Queen of the South Rangers Scottish Cup final, which would be exciting. Wouldn't be the easiest, but it would be exciting, that's for sure. Now, let's go and have a quick look here at what we're doing against Bayern Munich. 1-1 as a reminder from the first leg. It is a 4-2-3-1 formation from them. And these are the heroes that are hopefully going to go out there and do a job for us. Now, Bermudez has picked up. He's got a tight thigh. We're going to risk him. We've got Ibarra on the bench if needed, but hopefully he will do a good job for us. So Bursic in goal, Varela, Leshy, Bernard and Ayrton as the back four. It's Mashagi and Bayless in midfield. Duque, Bermudez, McLean. Ong goes up top. And Ong, if there was ever a time to break that goal-scoring drought, this is it, mate. And I've just realised I left Damien Allmark on the bench. That was supposed to be Johnson. So hopefully that doesn't come back and haunt me. But anyway, we can see the team sheets there. And let's see. We're going to take pressure off. No, here, there's no pressure on us. That is just the team talk we need to use in Europe right now because, well, there is no pressure on us, really. All right, and here we go. A date with destiny in Munich. And now when you look at some of the names in that lineup, and you wouldn't blame us for losing, if I'm completely honest. But, well, let's hope that obviously we don't. If we score first, I think the first goal here is very, very important. If Munich score first, we go behind. Maybe we start, and it looks a little bit of a way back. But if we can keep it scoreless as long as possible, if we can dare dream of going in front, then you just never know. But we need to be mistake free, don't we? And that has sometimes been our downfall. But let's see what happens here. We've got Munich in possession. There's a ball forward. That's not great, and well, that is even less great. Oh, it's just a nothing pass. We did, of course, fall behind in the first leg. But Ayrton just let Sane go. Bursic came out, couldn't get there. And we're 1-0 down, 2-1 on aggregate. Let's encourage them. And we don't need to panic. But we do need to score. Yeah, I mean, as I said when we played them last time, we just want to try and give them a fright, don't we? If we can do that, let's try and no pressure. You know, if we can do that, then, yeah, that's kind of our job done, isn't it? We're not quite at the point yet where we can challenge these super clubs, I don't think. We get a little bit of luck in the draw, we can probably spring a surprise, but I don't think we can expect to knock out these super clubs. McLean is... Oh, that was a chance. That was the shot of a nervous man, wasn't it? He's on a booking as well, and there we go, he is nervous. Ball in. Is it offside? Is something going to save us? The linesman's looking like he wants to disallow it. Let's see what VAR has to say on the matter. Please, VAR. It'll be a good game if you... Why do you want to ruin the game, VAR? We'll try and demand more. Bernard just let his man go, and it's a little bit as I feared. We might be... Oh, Ayrton has played him on. We might be on the end of a bit of a hiding here. Ayrton with a throw now. Now the next goal is important, isn't it? You could make an argument that this isn't quite working, what we're doing. This is basically exactly the same way we played at home. I'm wondering if we need to go put a little bit more pressure on them here. Here we go, Bermudez. Can he play a ball in for Ong? Can somebody play a ball in for Ong? No, it just took a little bit too long. Too long to get to Ong. Bermudez, no, can't quite put pressure on them. I wonder if we go and sort of gegenpress them a little bit. The problem we have is that right now they're just playing around the press, aren't they? Picking us apart. So something here has got to change, because this is just going to end in tears anyway otherwise. So let's get Johnny Angus up top. Shaggy can drop in there. You go over there. Let's try this. And like I say, something has to change, doesn't it? So it's 4-1. We're not at half time yet. And yeah, I'm not really sure. I'm not really sure what we do about this. I feel like we're getting to the point. We're starting to get to the point anyway where we have good enough players that we should be able to not just worry these teams, like I say, give them a fright. We're not too far away from the point where I'd like to think we could even go and knock one or two of them out of the European competitions. I don't think we're ready to do it on a regular basis yet and sort of compete with them, you know, on sort of level footing. But we do have some good players. But then again, maybe when we look at their players, we'll see that our good players are not not quite at the level of their good players. But yeah, just two quick fire goals there. That's really, really hurt us, and we don't want another one before half time. And we get it away with Leshy. And well, ideally, we'll blow up for half time here, ref. One thing we might learn from this, we'll see how it goes in the second half, but maybe if you keep it compact at home and we want to actually go at Nilton on a booking as well. Oh, that's just... It's a little bit unlucky the initial ball has fallen for them, but the concerning thing here is Ong. Ong is playing a 6.3 again. Now, this is obviously a good team that we're facing, but... All right, We've got to try and get a reaction out of them. So do we thrash our arms? Start playing football. I mean, that's a harsh team talk. It really is. But I just wonder if maybe we try that and see if we can get them. The issue we have, of course, is that they're playing well. Now, are we letting them play well? Potentially, yes. I'd really like to try and win the second half here, though, if we can. I feel like that would be something we could cling to from the game. A little bit of progress, even. We definitely need a centre-back to play next to Leshy, don't we? Bernard's playing a 6-1. We've seen Walker when he comes in. He has a habit of just running around out of position. Yeah, Shaggy's done really well there. Mashaki can play as a centre-back. I wonder if maybe that's something we could consider. I wonder if something else maybe. I'm sort of thinking out loud now. Angus with the ball forward for Ong. Can Conan Ong finally get himself a goal? Well, it's as close as he's come in a long, long time. I wonder if for these sort of away games, if what we actually want to do is instead of having a number 10, is have a sort of have a DM. As the goalkeeper claims the corner, and that ends the highlight. That might be something. Mashagi is a centre-back. He's not quite good enough to be a centre-back, is he? I'd say we have been better second half. So that's something. 3-0 is not great, but it's not the worst. I wouldn't want it to get any worse than this, though, if we can at all help it. But it looks like this is the end of the European campaign. We've got through to the knockout rounds. That's some good football, isn't it? Was he offside is going to be the question. Ong certainly thought so. And so does VAR. So for once, VAR has come to our rescue. Oh, and he is off, but only just. What if we try and demand more? We're into the 90th minute. We've got 3 minutes of stoppages. Can we go and win this second half? What we ideally don't want to do is get someone that's going to be suspended for next season, because we're going to have, I say in all likelihood, but it's looking as though Rangers is going to win the league. It's a good tackle from Bernard there to get the toe in, which means we're going to have to go through a playoff, so we don't want to be missing players for that playoff. So it's 0-0 in the second half. It's 3-0 on the night, 4-1 on aggregate. We drew them at home. We were just not quite good enough. Yeah, I mean, I'm not really angry, but we'll say I am. There we go. Defeat in the Champions League. We've got money. Ong vows. Yeah, please do, mate. Please do end that goal drought. I will not have a word with you because I've done a lot of that recently. Let's just see how he reacts. And he does need to react quickly, doesn't he? Let's have a quick look at what this means for the coefficients. Now that European football is done for us. Now, Scotland as a nation in 7th. We are not moving up, but we're not really in any danger of falling down either. I'm not sure if Rangers or Celtic are still going. And let's go and have a look at us as a club. I want coefficients, though, please. And we have got ourselves 16 coefficient points. So 66. This is all a little bit boring, I know. But it looks as though we might be moving inside the top 30 or so. Now let's go and have a look at the other European competitions, see if there is any Scottish interest still there. Quarterfinals here, no. And the Conference League, no. So Scotland is done for the season, which is maybe a little bit disappointing. But anyway, that will do for us today. If you have enjoyed it, make sure you hit thumbs up. Subscribe if you're new, of course. We will be back for possibly Hearts and the Scottish Cup semi-final. I'm not sure. That's going to be the last game before the split. I'm not sure if something's going to happen after the league splits, but yeah, there we go. Don't forget to leave your nominations for Viewers Player of the Year. We'll be voting on that soon, and I will see you next time as we look to, well, we've got 2 things left to win. The Scottish Cup, which you'd like to think we'll find out if we make the final next episode, and the league, and we really cannot afford any more drop points in the league, can we? Take care.